Hi, Alexis. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Sorry for the delay. I'm on my old computer because my new computer with all my information on it is in the shop again. Anyway, hopefully they get it fixed right, so it's thrown a real hiccup in my schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and try it on here, and we'll see how this works. Don't trust this one. That's why I got a new one. Anyway, I got to get my work done, though. I can't wait any longer. So, I like to explain to my first-timers kind of how I work. I hear, I see, I know, I sense. A little taste and smell sometimes. So I have most of the senses, which a lot of mediums don't. And they talk to me, but they also show pictures. So it's just the way we communicate. And I call it spiritual charades. I have to describe the picture to you, what I feel from it and what I see. Hopefully I describe it well enough to get their message across. It's just easier for them to do that sometimes. So like I said, it's kind of like charades, and I hated the game charades when I was growing up. Absolutely refused to play it. And now look at me. So, I also, they'll tell us what we need to hear, maybe not exactly what we want to hear. If something doesn't make sense at this moment, you'll either remember it later, a family member will validate it, or it will happen in a short period of time after this. So this is not an exact science. It's not exact the way names, I stink at names. Don't throw the reading out if I get a name wrong. It'll be, if I say John, it'll be a male with a J or a J-O name. So, got that out of the way. We're going to talk to your dad today. And, he's stepping forward very strong. He's tapping his foot very impatiently. He's been very impatient for me to get around to talking to him. And he asked me, "What's your holdup?" I don't know. Technical issues. I don't look at any. Of course, I don't even know what your Facebook page is, so I don't creep anybody's face. The less I know, the better off I am. He's talking about my hair, but he's talking about your hair. I don't know what your hair looks like. He says my hair is strange. He thinks yours is lovely. Says that's not the normal kind of hair that he likes to see on a woman. Anyway, he's criticizing my hair. He's showing a tambourine. Tambourine. He wants to hit the tambourine. He's not saying why. Now he's showing me a couch. See where we're going with this. I let them run the show. They know what's best. He's showing me a couch, and he's laying down on the couch. Did he used to smoke? There's something about a wisp of smoke around him. He's still laying on this couch, so we'll let... Okay. Somebody's bringing him a glass of, I want to say it's tea. It doesn't necessarily have to be tea. He's laying down when he gets this glass of tea, and then he sits up. I don't... He's kind of being... The picture's moving kind of slow. He's not explaining why he's showing this picture. It's like a really slow moving movie. Did I get tongue-tied there? He said it's not your fault that he choked. That it was something that he did. It was something inside of him not working correctly. It's something... I didn't hear it. Something about a swallowing. Something about a swallowing. Was his cancer up in this area? It's like I can't swallow, I can't swallow, I can't swallow. Like things won't go down. Okay, I'm trying to get him to move past this, unless there's something he really needs to show. I'm looking at your questions. As far as him knowing, did he know he had cancer before telling his family? Yes. He suspected long before. Didn't want to face it. Didn't want to go through the bullshit. Didn't think it was worth the cost. Didn't think it was worth the cost to the family, too. He's kind of doing the macho man thing, you know how men are. Don't need to go to a doctor, don't need to do this. Okay, then he takes his arm and he goes like this. He's pointing at you. He's pointing at you. He says, not your fault. He says, tell her again, not your fault. Okay, there's a cat strolling through there. I can't see it well enough. Sorry. Something poked me. They usually don't poke me down there, so I don't know that that was them. They do poke me. Anyway, there's a cat strolling through there, and all I can really tell of this cat is that its tail is black. And usually when they show an animal, and this one appears to be on the other side with him, they want somebody here to know that they have this animal with them and they're okay. But he says the cat is pesky. He's mentioning an orange. Sometimes they just throw words out. Okay, a lot of them have done this. He held up the orange, but now he goes to the kitchen, and there's going to be an orange or something very, very similar, but he's showing an orange that's going to roll off the kitchen counter. Now you might just set it down there for a minute, you're going to come back and eat it in a minute, or you might have some fruit sitting there, or whatever it is, it will just roll off the counter and plunk on the floor. He's actually showing this orange falling into the sink. I don't know, most sinks have an edge around them, so I don't know how it can roll off the counter and into the sink, because usually there's some kind of a lip there, but he's showing it into the sink. So if this hasn't happened just recently, it will. There's something about your bathroom and the toilet flushing. All right, but he's showing himself in the hallway. He's showing himself in the hallway, but there's something about the bathroom and the toilet flushing. I'm not 100% sure. I do not try to make things fit. I can only give you what they show me. But you're going to hear the noise of the toilet flushing, or you're going to have a problem with the toilet flushing, or you do have a problem, or you're going to be laying in bed and you're going to hear the toilet flushing or the water running, something along that line, but I'm not 100% sure, so I don't make things up to fit. But he's standing in the hallway instead. He's not in the bathroom. Let's see. So, okay. Of course, I don't know what your house looks like, but when you come from your living room or whatever and go down the hall towards your bathroom, right as you get starting, right at the point when you go to the hallway, at the hallway, he's showing he's got a very strong presence there. Let me see if I describe that right, because like I said, this is like charades. Ah! As you walk from the living room or whatever, and to go down that hallway towards the bathroom, right there, as you start to enter the hallway, there's going to be times when you walk through there that you're going to feel something. Now, I don't know. I know how I feel energy. I don't know for sure how you're going to feel energy. But you might feel like a sudden coolness, or sudden warmth, or a sudden sense of great love, or you might get goosebumps when you walk through this spot. But where? And he's not showing me exact spot. He's going to touch you. Don't get scared. It won't feel like a hand. We don't have these anymore when we're up there. So it could feel... I've literally felt like a hand smack me. But he won't do that. It'll be usually, okay, now I'm getting the itch. I was just going to say, usually when they get too close to me, my head starts itching. That's where I get affected, because usually their energy is kind of up here when they're talking to me anyway, and it feels like head lice. It feels like that itchy, crawly, but it'll feel like in one spot, not like your whole head usually. It'll just, so you may walk through that spot, and I'm feeling it over here now, and it's just like one spot. So the energy may affect you that way. I have more of a feeling that you're going to feel like the whole, like you're walking through something. And if he's strong enough, and he's pretty strong, your whole body may vibrate. He says there's one baby on the way. I ask about grandkids. One on the way. That doesn't mean the person is pregnant yet, but it means that soul, if nothing else, that soul is ready to enter down here to be your grandchild. I hear boy. I hear something about in honor of him. Maybe gonna name the baby. Of course, this is kind of far out. I usually don't predict. I do not predict the future. I totally believe that the future is our free will choice, and we have the choice. There's nothing set in stone. We have the choice to say yes or no to anything in our life. Absolutely anything. So this is not set in stone. And I know it's kind of far away, and I don't like doing that, but he's saying this child is ready to enter. Going to have some name to honor him. He's proud papa. Proud papa. He loves you very much, and he's like swelling up, bulling up, swelling up. Bulling up wouldn't be quite the right word, but you know what I mean, kind of with pride. He says, you could not make me prouder. He's talking about violets, the flower, violets. He's talking about your health being kind of like this. But he said it's short term. It won't last long. He said it's just a hiccup. And then I see a green light. So the green light means green light's for healing. Green light means good to go. As far as the health after this little roller coaster. He says, don't do like I did. Get your shit done. And he says, caring is sharing. I don't know what that means. It's not for me to know. Okay, he's talking about a Model T car. I don't even remember what they look like, which one it is. But he says a Model T car. So even if we don't have the exact name of the car, maybe it's not exactly a Model T, and I'm just gonna, it'll be one like that far back, like when the Model Ts were made. So there's something about this car that he's bringing up. Then he says a Roadster, which is another one from way back then. Then he says making hay while the sun shines. Okay, he's back by the kitchen sink, and he put a coin. I don't know which coin. It looks shiny. It doesn't look like a penny, but I don't think that matters. It's just that it's a coin, and he has his finger on it right next to the kitchen sink. So, see where we're going with this. Don't know if he's going to put it there or move it around if it's already there. And I always tell people the movie Ghost is so close to the work I do, except for the demons that come out and drag them away. I've never seen anything like that, but the rest of it is so close. And when they're when they're in the subway and Patrick Swayze's with the other spirit, and he's trying to teach Patrick how to kick the can and flip the bottle cap. That's what they have to learn. You'd think when we get there, hey, we know it all, but we don't. So I don't know if he's trying to move this coin or if it's just going to appear. He's talking about somebody that has golden locks of hair. Like Goldilocks. Golden locks of blonde hair. Golden locks of hair. He mentions a Margaret. And don't forget, I stink at names. So to be at least a female with an M or an MA name. Somebody just under his age, I think. That he's acknowledging. He said when he left there was a father-like figure that was there to greet him. And he asked this father-like figure, I always say father-like because it doesn't actually have to be a blood father. Your uncle can raise you instead of your father, and he can feel like a father where your father didn't. Now I'm stuttering. Father-like figure, very similar to your dad. And he asked this man, what are you doing here? And the man said, I'm here to greet you. I'm here to get you. We're going to be hanging out together. And your dad said, oh, goody. So he was very excited to see this man. Very excited that he's going to get to spend time with him. can't quite see him. So if it's not important enough for me to explain any further, they won't come through all the way because they don't need to. But I just feel such a similarity between your dad and this man, like their energy, like I don't want to say it, the way that they acted, or the way that they felt, or the kind of like I don't want to say brotherly energy because that they're the father-like feeling off. Just very similar characteristics. Maybe that's a better word. Now he's showing me what looks like, he calls him an old hound dog. Old hound dog, and what he looks like is like a beagle dog, or I don't think he's a basset hound. The colors is kind of white with brown and black on him, short slick hair, lowered to the ground. Coonhound. Doesn't look tall enough to be a coonhound, but I'm seeing him kind of from the top down. So he doesn't appear to be a large dog. Anyway, he's showing this dog for a reason, and I asked them for at least 2 or 3 validations so that you know for sure that it's him that we're talking to. And I don't spend my whole reading doing that, because that's just a medium patting himself on the back going, look what I can do. I can prove this, this, and this. I don't do that. Okay, he's going back to this couch. He's laying down again. I see the wisp of smoke, so you're going to smell smoke. And you may smell the smoke Walmart, in your car, walking outside, it doesn't matter. When you get any of the validations, the orange falling off, the coin, the feeling when you walk down the hallway, or the toilet, or he's given several of them, say, I know that's you, Dad. I love you. Bring me more. And then they'll even get more inventive. I ask them to do the universal signs is, the butterflies, the feathers, the coins, blah, blah, blah. And I ask them to come up with other stuff. So once you start recognizing the signs, it's like they get really excited. It's like, I finally got through to them that I'm there, that now I can show them I'm here for you. He says he hears you. He hears you. And I see the word guilt. He says you have nothing to be guilty for, to feel guilty for. He says you need to let that shit go. Something about camaraderie. I don't know where he's going with that. I'm trying to ask him. Well, he said there's a lot of camaraderie where he's at. A lot of camaraderie. But he's not. He said it's like sitting around a campfire. Oh. He almost forgot. He's showing a birthday candle. Showing a birthday candle. Coming or going? Back. Okay, somebody just had a birthday. And he's acknowledging that birthday. And he was there. He says you're adorable. He's not showing himself going to anybody else's house. He says he does, but this is for you. And he wants to concentrate on talking to you. Sometimes they'll show me where else they fled off to, but nope, this is for you. He wants you to know how much he loves you. He says, I know you miss me, but you have to let that shit go. Know that I'm with you. I'm going to show you once you get your eyes open to it. He says, we got this shit, and he wants to do a pinky swear. I can't do it. He wants to do a pinky swear with you. We got this shit. Together forever. All right, he says, happy times are here again. Take care of the old gal. He doesn't say who he's referring to, though. And now he's literally skipping off. A big, exaggerated skipping, and just way up in the air, skipping off. He says he'll be back once you recognize the things that he's trying to show you. He'll be back. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit of validation in there. He didn't give a lot of validations, but hopefully you got at least one or two so you know for sure that was him giving you those messages. Much love to you. Thank you for being patient with all my hiccups. I got to get this show on the road. All right. I hope you got your hug from heaven. Much love to you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. See you later.